Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In our last video, we got here to Rock Tunnel, and we caught ourselves a Bellsprout right here, I believe in this exact spot. I can't really remember though. And then we got a Zubat in there. And then we had a little bit of some problems with the video. Not really sure what happened, but everything seems to be working pretty fine now. In between episodes, however, I did quite a bit of grinding. We got Eldin now to level 12. He's got Ember, so we are in fact inside. We also got Bellsprout up to level 10. I have determined my team, by the way. Like I know what are the 6 members that I'm gonna have on the team. So we don't need to. So I'll just leave the nicknames blank for the other 4 members that we're gonna be adding. And then of course we got Zubat, and he got Supersonic, so that's pretty awesome. And yeah, so I'm average check LP, and I probably always will be, most likely. But we're just gonna pick up from here, even though I have been into Violet City, because of course you guys haven't been to Violet City yet, unless you've played the game or watched someone else play the game. But right here we got a Bitterberry, pretty worth it. We also, I battled this guy down here off screen, so we can just kind of walk right by him, and there was also a potion right here that we picked up. But of course, both of those things are now gone, and another random encounter. This Caterpie, though. The Caterpie life. Oh, well now I get a chance to show off Ember, at least, so that's cool. Okay. So as you're going to see here, this Caterpie is not even going to remotely be alive. It's going to be disintegrated. And I just thought of a decent name for... another decent name for Eldin. But we're going to stick with Eldin because Eldin is my guy. So, now we finally are going into Violet City for the first time. Trust me, it's totally the first time. So, Violet City is a pretty bustling place. Got some people right here, let's talk to her. Ghosts are rumored to appear in the Sprout Tower. They said normal type moves don't have any effect on them. Oh, wow. That's cool, I guess. So this guy right here actually is kind of cool. I collect Pokemon. Do you have a Bellsprout? Yeah. Want to trade it for my Onix? No thanks. But if you, the gym in this town is Flying type, so if you're lacking a Rock type, like I am, it isn't a bad idea to trade Bellsprout for an Onix, since Bellsprouts are pretty common on the route before this one. I don't personally want to do it though, because I'd rather have Bellsprout around, because, I mean, we have a Fire type, and Fire and Grass work really well together. Alright, cool, I guess. So yeah, Violet City has a kind of nice look to it. All the houses kind of have the, you know, Japan-esque look. I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but you don't really need to heal, so I'm just going to talk to this man. It was around 3 years ago, Team Rocket was up to no good with Pokemon. But justice prevailed. A young kid broke him up. Broke him up. I like that he said broke him. He was like talking all like, I don't know, he's a gentleman-looking guy, and he just broke him up. A guy named Bill made the Pokemon PC Sword system. Alright, I don't want to talk to anyone else in here. We're not getting any good information. So over here, we have the Earl's Pokemon Academy, so let me check that out real quick. Those people have really weird faces. I thought... Oh, okay, yeah, I guess not. I guess I'm just thinking of another Pokemon game. Basically, you can go here to find out information on the statuses and stuff like that. We have our gym over here, which we could take on, but I'm actually going to wait just a little bit longer on that. We have a Mart. Can I buy repels? That'd be fantastic if you would let me buy some repels. They don't tell me how many I have, so that kind of bums me out. Oh, they don't have repels. That's awesome. Thank you, sir. I'm sure they'll have it in the next town. But yeah, how about we go over here before we get too far away from where we were going? Let's see what's up here. So it looks like, yeah, this is Sprout Tower. So apparently there are ghost types here. However, I'm pretty sure they're only at nighttime, so we won't have to worry about running into them. What do you guys say? A Bellsprout over 100 feet tall. People say that became the center pillar here. Okay. Look at him go. That has to be a Bellsprout. Like, I'll prove it to you. Let's have a look at Leafa. Look at that neck. That neck is doing the same motion. That's definitely Bellsprout. That's definitely a Bellsprout. See the pillar shaking? people are training upstairs. Oh, okay. So maybe not a Bellsprout actually is training. Alright, so we got a man over here. Now most every single trainer in this area uses Bellsprouts, as you'd probably guess. Which means Zubat's gonna put in some real work right here. The downside is the fact that Zubat takes a long time with all of his battles, because he's not very strong. His only move is Leech Life. So, I'm going to be speeding up all these battles, yeah, so you will hear from me in about 5-10 seconds. Oh my god, that battle took way too long. We're done using Zubat for these fights. Oh my gosh, Zubat just sat there. I mean, he did a great job. He didn't go below 24 HP the whole fight. Actually, I think he got to 23 at one point. But it just takes way too long. Now, I want to compare how fast Eldin's going to tear through this man. I'm going to pop and switch, too. I'm going to have Zubat, and then Eldin. Zubat, then Eldin. Ready for it? Here we go. Okay, that still takes way too long, meaning it's time for Zubat to sit in the back. I wanted to get Zubat some experience, but I can't use Leech Life. It just takes way too long. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we find an X accuracy up here. Totally useless, just gonna sell that. I don't really like using the X items. I think there's a guy up top. Yeah! So you can juke him out, but I'm just gonna take him on real quick. We'll be right back. Right after these messages. Okay, I'm done just speeding these up. We're gonna start commentating these, because I am realizing that in raw recording time, I'm at 13 minutes, and I have not said shit. So, I train hard to find enlightenment in Pokemon. That's pretty cool, dude. Alright, so what's your name? You got a name? What's your name? Sage Jin wants to battle, alright. He's got only one Bellsprout this time, so shouldn't be too hard for Eldin to take on. So we're just gonna have Eldin come in and one-shot this man. So something I said in the previous video that I feel like probably needs to be explained because I actually didn't know about it when I was a kid. I said the word stab. Stab is short for same type attack bonus. So basically, if you have a fire-type Pokemon use a fire-type move, it does an additional, it does half again more damage than it normally would. So essentially, since Ember is normally 40 power in terms of what its base power is as a move, I'm actually going to let Zubat take on this next one because it's another level 6 Bellsprout. So a move that would have base 40 power, like Ember, would actually have a base 60 power because it does half again more. That applies for any move that matches the type of the user. So if you have a normal type Pokemon and you use Tackle, it's actually a more powerful Tackle than, let's say, Eldin's Tackle. That's also why the Bellsprout's Vine Whip does a decent amount, is because it has Stab. So, yeah. Zubat's actually not too bad of a party member right now. It's just that he doesn't have really high damage yet, and because of that, it's kind of sucks. Because we're just sitting here. Oh, he's trying to do 2 damage to me. He wants to do 2 damage instead of 1. So it does kind of suck that we are just sitting here chipping away with Leech Life, but the confusion definitely helps, as you can see, because that was about 2 Leech Lives right there. And it helps save the PP of Leech Life as well, because Leech Life has very low PP. Oh my gosh. But Zubat, you take so long. Please hurt yourself. No! Don't do it! Bellsprout, I'm not asking you to do it because I need you to hurt yourself. I'm asking you to do it because I want you to hurt yourself. I want that time shortage. It's gonna snap out right here. Oh! And he's over. He's gone. Zubat the God. He's just savaging them. So Sage Neil was defeated. It is my head that is bright. 192 for winning. Sent some to Mom. That's another thing that you probably noticed. The money that we get from battle is going to our mom. So that money that, like, part of the money that we get, it takes it out of, like, the amount. So, like, the amount that it says is the amount we actually, like, get from the battle. But it takes out part of, like... Okay, I am having a really hard time finding my words right now, but... Let's say he gave us 300 in actuality. We only got 100 and whatever it was, 163. And then the other part of that makes up the 300 went to our mom. And as such, that is in savings. So we can access it at any time. I actually should have had Zubat take on the Bellsprout. Zubat's gonna fall behind a lot in level, and that's just how it's gonna be for him until he gets to level 12. Once he gets to level 12, he'll be usable on his own, because he'll get a move that is actually damage. It's like Tackle, essentially, in terms of the damage, but it also has other uses and works pretty well with Confuser, or Supersonic. We'll also get Confuser later, and that move's glorious. I love Confuser. But Eldin is just cleaning house right now. Alright, Sage Troy was defeated. Yes, your trust is real! The trust is real with our team. Eldin and I are straight trust. 100% pure honest. And hey, look, it's Miles! You are indeed skilled as a trainer. As promised, here is your HM. But, let me say this. You should treat your Pokemon better. The way you battle is far too harsh. Pokemon are not tools of war. And he sees us and he's like, I'm a savage, actually, so don't listen to him. He claims to be the Elder, but he's weak. It stands to reason. I'd never lose to fools who babble about being nice to Pokemon. I only care about strong Pokemon that can win. I really couldn't care less about weak Pokemon. Miles using the escape rope. Wow, that was like an anti-flash. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's see what this Elder's got to do. So good of you to come here. Oh, so good of you to come here. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between you and your Pokemon. Definitely said that backwards, but... Anyways, we got a challenge with Sage Elder. Not actually like a special title in this one, but Sage Elder Lee wants to battle. So he's gonna start off with a Bellsprout here. Obviously enough. Sprout Tower. But there was that Hoot in that last battle that threw us off a little bit. So I'm just gonna let Eldin one-shot this thing real quick. This is part of the reason why I took Eldin as well, was to make Sprout Tower go by real fast. But if you chose a different one, like either Totodile or Chikorita, a good Pokemon to add onto your team is either Noctowl or more preferably Pidgey, because Pidgey has Gust, and Gust is super effective against him, and he's gonna go to this thing. I'm just gonna stay in with Eldin. Eldin can take him on. I bet you didn't know that Eldin was a savage. Actually, no, what am I saying? You guys already knew Eldin was a savage. Anyways, this is being recorded right after the last episode 2 went up. I actually had a bunch of problems with the emulator before recording this one, and as such I had to go in and download the emulator again, because I do not have the ability to record this game on... I actually technically do have the ability to record this game via cartridge, because I have Pokemon Crystal, and I could, if I got Pokemon Stadium 2, I could get I have one of the Game Boy packs, so I could play the game from there, and then I'd need a composite capture card to capture the game. But if I had a composite capture card, I wouldn't be recording this game. And I am going to switch. We're going to give Zubat a little bit of light, because I think Zubat, after this Bellsprout, should be able to hit level 10. And we need to get Zubat experience whenever he can. He really needs it, because, I mean, oh my. We're gonna need Confusion to... Okay. Stop boosting. Oh my god, Zubat, do you want to live in the Goof Troop? I can keep you in the Goof Troop. Look at that, he boosted and he still only did 1 damage. I know his spread. Crits don't even matter. So we actually need him to hurt himself in Confusion a few times. Unfortunately, he's boosting his special attack. Growth in the later generations boosts both attack and special attack. Oh my god, that did literally nothing to him. But, we need him to hurt himself in confusion because we don't have the PP necessary to kill him otherwise. Zubat, you can't be missing like this, man. I don't want to put you on that Goof Troop label, but you're fighting. You're on that line. Like, there's Goof Troop and there's not Goof Troop, and you are blurring that line. There's a clean... Oh my god, that crit, though. There's a clean separation, Zubat, and you just aren't really caring about it. Hurt yourself. Please hurt yourself. Okay, thank you. Zubat can't take anything on unless they hurt themselves in confusion. Ugh. He will, though. Once he gets to level 12, he'll have another move, and then he'll be at least partially usable. He'll be like using a Rattata. There we go. Zubat doing work. I really could have probably just switched into Eldin, but I wanted Zubat to get that one. I knew he could take it on his own. Ah, excellent. Jack got 320 for winning, sent some to Mom. Eldin's evolving? Hello? Welcome our new member. Well, technically it's the same member as before, but welcome to Stage 2, Eldin. My favorite Stage 2 evolution of all the starters. Quill Lava. So, our Cyndaquil, Eldin, evolved into Quill Lava, so that's pretty awesome. You and your Pokemon should have no problem using this move. Take this HM Flash. And HMs are a crappy thing. But we actually have a Pokemon that can learn it, so it's actually going to be decently useful. So we'll need to get the badge from Violet City in order to be able to use this. In order to be able to use Flash outside of battle. Now, I'm going to cut to leaving the tower because as we could use the escape rope to leave, which is the fastest way. Actually, fuck it. I'm not going to use my money for anything else. So, I'll just go ahead and just use one. I was going to just save this because we actually want an escape rope, something we have probably at the end of this episode. And I have no idea how long this episode's actually going to end up being. But, let's go take on the gym real quick. And then... I'm trying to think. Ugh, this is going to be a long one, guys. I'm sorry ahead of time. Well, then again, I don't know, like, how long this episode is right now, because there's, you know, a lot of stuff that's going to be either cut or sped up. So, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how long this ends up being, but we still got a decent amount to do in this video. So, we're going to go take on the gym with our new and improved Quilava. Unfortunately, Zubat's going to still not really be used in this gym, and because I don't want Eldin to get too far ahead in experience. So, okay, I'll just have to fight him. There's no getting around these two. Alright, Quilava cleaned up Mr. Lincoln pretty well. Now let's take on this one. Okay, so I'm just going to make a real quick team adjustment here. Alright, we need to give Eldin a berry. Actually, we'll give them both a berry. No, we'll just give Eldin a berry. And then I'm just going to potion up Eldin, because I will probably end up having 3 potions at the end of the game if I don't. Alright, so let's take on Faulkner. I'm Faulkner, the Violet City Pokemon Gym Leader. People say that you can clip the flying-type Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. I won't allow such insults to bird Pokemon. I will show you the real power of magnificent bird Pokemon. And so, we take on our first gym leader. Alright, so this is Faulkner. He is a total pushover. We don't even have to even try against him. Because we're gonna walk up to this Pidgey right here, and we're gonna knock it out with 1 Ember. We're gonna send a message right away. So Eldin's just gonna go Ember, and goodbye. You may go to bed. Oh my gosh, Eldin, calm down. You don't need to be this monstrous. Alright, Faulkner's going to go to Pidgeotto here. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull a switch into Zubat real quick. Because Zubat has the ability to confuse this thing, and if I can confuse it, that would be top notch. And Zubat's going to eat this up real quick. Okay, that that did a little bit too much. Time to get Zubat out of there. Okay. Switch back into Eldin here. And hurt yourself. Hurt yourself. Hurt yourself. Yes! Zubat putting in work right now. That's Zubat's damage. I believe Zubat will be our champion. He will carry us to the promised lands. Eldin, you need to stop. You need to stop, Eldin. You are actually a monster. Eldin just O-code it! He didn't even care! He just went in and O-code. Walked away. Oh my gosh. Eldin is a monster. Holy crap. Alright, so we get our first badge. We get the Zephyr badge. I like that term, Zephyr. Raise the attack power of Pokemon. Oh yeah, that's right. Badges in this game actually raise the stats. It also enables Pokemon to use Flash if they have it anytime. Here, take this too. And it's a flying type gym, so you'd imagine that the TM we got is, probably a flying type move, which would be great because we have, Zubat, and then Zubat could actually have a move that has stab, and everything would be awesome, right? By using this TM, Pokemon will instantly learn a new move. Think before you act. TM can only be used once. TM 33 contains Mud Slap. That's a ground type move. The flying gym gives you a ground type move. Isn't that awesome? You have a Pokemon that needs to learn a flying type move because you have no way of beating the grass type. No. You're getting Mud Slap. You know how much power Mud Slap has? It has 10 power. Let's see if anyone can learn it. I don't even think I have anything that can learn it. Let's check though. Oh, Eldin actually can learn it. I'm actually gonna hold on to it just in case, because it would actually be a nice thing to keep around. However, we are going to teach Leaf a Flash, since, as you probably guessed, she's not going to be in the team permanently, and because of that, may as well make her an HM slave. Okay, so we're getting a phone call. Hello, Jack. We've discovered something about the egg. Oh, okay. My assistant is at the Pokemon Center in Violet City. Could you talk to him? Okay, well, I was already heading there, so sure. This episode is getting up there, but I think we have time for one last thing. It's not technically in Violet City. I'm just gonna heal up real quick. I don't even care about what this man has to tell me. But it's not technically in Violet City, but it is something that is near Violet City, and I definitely think would be worth our while. Hope to see you again. What a terrible thing to say in a hospital. Jack, long time no see. Professor Elm asked me to find you. He has another favor to ask. Would you take this Pokemon egg? Yeah, sure. I don't even need to say no. I'm just like, whatever, yeah. Make scrambled eggs with it, I guess? I don't know. So apparently we can hatch the egg by just walking around with it, so... I act like I didn't know that, but I've done my fair share of breeding in Gen 6. It's the most disturbing thing about Pokemon, I would say, is breeding. It's definitely the most disturbing thing. But yeah, now we have this egg on us. It moves around inside sometimes. It must be close to hatching. How is it already close to hatching? What the fuck? Can we talk about Eldin real quick, though? I'm actually going to switch Eldin out of the front, because Zubat needs experience. But Eldin just went into this gym. 2-hit KO the first Pokemon. Oh, we actually, really quick, we're going to want to buy... If you use the Escape Rope at the Sprout Tower, you're going to want to buy one just real fast. Because we'll need one coming up. What for? I won't say. But I'm also going to buy a couple Pokeballs, just because, it's nice to have around. I'm going to buy 2 potions. And I'm going to buy an antidote. I love how, last video I said that... Or, I think it was earlier this video, I'm not going to use my money on anything. But look at me just spending all my money. We're gonna sell, ooh, that's actually not bad. I'm gonna sell this X accuracy, because obviously I'm not gonna use it. Okay, cool. Alright, so, the next place we're gonna go is not technically in Violet City, however, it is up this way. Now, for those of you playing along, or just interested in playing Pokemon Crystal, if you chose Totodile or Chikorita, I highly recommend walking around in this grass. This grass isn't here in the later game, or in Gold and Silver, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver. However, in this game, you can actually find Growlithe in this grass, and that is a really good fire type to have early on because it has Ember right away. Just be careful though, it does have Roar, so it can just end the battle immediately. But yeah, hey! I was going to snap that tree with my strength arm punch! But I couldn't. I'm a failure. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'll go give it a Falcon kick for you. Look at these falcon kicks. You hear that? You hear how rapid those are? Dude, I'm a 7. Alright, really where we're trying to go to is the Ruins of Alf. Now, this area doesn't really have much for us right now. It's mostly for later in the game once we have a bit more overworld mobility. However, there is something we can do right now that I want to do, and I need to go to the other side. And that is, right over here, recently strange cryptic patterns have appeared. It's odd, they weren't here a little while ago. You should take a look at the walls. So right here, patterns appear on the walls, and I wonder what it says. As you probably guessed by me being so adamant about about having a escape rope, if you use an escape rope right here, after checking the wall, I think, you might not have to check the wall, it will make you exit, but if you head back in... Huh? And that's the sound effect for strength in this game, so that's cool, I guess. But aside from just hearing a sound effect from later in the game, we actually have access to now 4 items. So we find a berry, I guess that's nice. Find a poison cure berry, also pretty nice. Puts us at 3. Found energy powder, which isn't that nice in terms of the friendship department. And we find a heal powder, so not too great of items, but let's see what's down here. Now, thankfully, I am fluent in the unknown language. Our words shall remain here for the ages. So that's pretty cool. Not really sure what they mean by that. Maybe we'll find out more as we get farther in the game. Now, normally if you did... There was like a little... there was a girl in blue before like that wall. If you talk to her, she'll tell you that there's like a puzzle you can do. If you do the puzzle, it will actually make it so you can find Pokemon in there, and it's only level 5 unknowns that only know Hidden Power. Unknown's a pretty interesting Pokemon in the sense that it only knows Hidden Power, but at the same time, Hidden Power can only be one type, and it's also pretty weak, so don't really recommend it that much. But up here we have a Paralyzed Cure Berry, a Purr's Cure, as I like to call him. And I think that's going to be everything for this episode. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, we're going to head down Route 32, Route 32, and we'll see what we can find, and maybe even catch a new member for, at least for a little while. So, I've been Average Jackal P, and I probably always will be, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.